or what it is, or what's up, what's up. You applied for 1,000 jobs and they never hit you up. What's up, YouTube? It's YT Wake 'em Up back at it again with another video. This one is about the job market. People are putting in thousands of applications. I'm talking about thousands, and cannot get a call back. They won't hear back from the employer. You cannot say that people are lazy. You cannot say that they're not trying. They're trying more than ever and not getting calls back at all, whatsoever. If you are brand new to this channel, this is what I need you to do. Smash the subscribe button so that these videos can pop up in your subscription box on a day-to-day basis, and turn on post notifications so you can be notified when I post. And everybody that's tuned in right now, I need you to thumbs up this video so that the algorithm can push this content out to new viewers. Yo, I didn't even know it was gonna do that. But with that said, I'm sure you followed the rules. Let's get right into this ghost job rant. I know I can't be alone.
I know I can't be alone. I am just so tired. I've applied for a year and a half looking for a job to hundreds and hundreds of jobs. I'm contending with ghost jobs that are listed where the company's not even hiring them. They're just looking for a unicorn. There's 50,000 people trying to get a job and we can't because of the couple that aren't ghost jobs. There's like 50,000 of us trying to apply to the same job. And then on top of that, these companies have the audacity to require you to do free unpaid work as part of the application. Whenever then I know it's probably a ghost job and I'm not going to hear back anyway. And then other companies, I saw one last night that's requesting that even if you do make it to their initial interview, by the time you get done with their 5-part interview process, it takes 8 to 9 hours combined of your life. And there's no guarantee you get the job. That's just the interview process with meeting other people in the company, doing formal interviews, informal interviews, meeting everyone, doing unpaid work. Nobody can find jobs. It's been over a year and a half. I'm also a disabled veteran, so I can't do manual labor jobs anymore. It's limited. What are we doing? This is not sustainable.
Doing unpaid work is crazy business. Having to do 4 or 5 interviews is crazy business. It's not right. Since when do you have to do multiple interviews? I know like 1 or 2, but 4 to 5 interviews? What? Listen. Who would have ever thought that finding a job would be so difficult in 2024? The people that have jobs, if you do hate your job, you better start to appreciate your job. You could be like these thousands of people that don't have one, can't get one, and have been unemployed for a year and a half. What you gonna do? How can you survive for a year and a half when the average American can't survive missing one paycheck? One pay cycle, you're done.
Have you heard about this recent phenomenon of ghost jobs? Apparently,
Yes.
Companies are posting jobs and leaving those job postings up for a very, very long amount of time, either to make their company look like they're hiring, like there's all this activity going on, or just to keep their current employees motivated. This is yet another reason that people are getting so discouraged in the job market. I have heard people spending a year doing applications, doing over 1,500 applications, and not getting a single job. Another conspiracy theory around this is that the government is actually encouraging people to keep jobs up to make the job market look really, really strong right now. If you're not sure if you're applying to ghost jobs, what I recommend doing is going to the actual company's website to see if that job is posted on their website and not just on Indeed or some other third party. Let me know, do you think you've applied to some ghost jobs?
I always like to entertain a good conspiracy. Now, with me knowing the history of the sneaky freaky government, this does sound like something they would do under Sleepy Joe. We need the job market to seem like it's flourishing. So we need you employers to put listings on Indeed, but never call nobody back, so that we can get on TV and say whatever the number is, jobs were created. We're not in a recession. Sounds like something the sneaky freaky government would do.
This is why you've been applying to jobs and not getting a response, is because a lot of companies are posting fake jobs. Because one, they want to show the people who are being overworked at work that they're busy looking for other people. Like, we're looking for candidates, so just keep working. We're trying to find someone else. They want to give the impression to the market that the company is growing when it's not. And lastly, it's because they want to have a very good pool of potential candidates that they will contact in case a job opening, just to expand on their pool of possible candidates. But they're not exactly hiring at the moment. The easiest way to know if you're applying for a fake job or a ghost job has been described in the article I was reading about this. It's on Forbes, so just search for ghost jobs Forbes. You'll see the article. It's amazing. But if the description is vague, if that job has been on that website for over 2 weeks, considering this economic times, job postings are job openings are filling up so fast. There's no reason for a job opening to be there for over 2 weeks. If it's been there over 2 weeks, maybe just don't apply. And I know applying is long, so just don't bother. Right now, what is being recommended as a way to get jobs is doing what I told you to do, like reach out to people on LinkedIn, referral, and unfortunately, networking. All those little events that they do, tech mixers, you have to attend all of them and network. And obviously, don't lead the fact that you want a job, but like go network, meet some people. That's how you're gonna get a job, my love. It's very unlikely that you're going to get it just by applying only.
So in so many words, the job market is an illusion. They want to make it seem as if they're hiring, but they're really not. We want to make it seem to our current employees who are overworked and underpaid that, hey, now calm down. We are looking for some help for you guys. We are looking, we're trying, we're doing the best that we can. We're just going to continue to underpay you and overwork you. Wow, back in my day, things sure were different. You could just put in an application and you would get a call back. But these days, you have to jump through hoops backwards with your eyes closed and hopes with your fingers crossed, hoping that somebody gives you a call. Wow, it's different now. Everything has changed so fast, man.
A Gen Z job seeker refused to do 90-minute tasks because it looked like a lot of work.
What a misleading article title, but I agree. There is no way on earth I would ever do a 90-minute task for a literal job application when you don't even know if you're in the running yet. I also just feel like the amount of hoops a company makes you jump through before you've even gotten a job interview is like a crazy good foreshadowing of what your experience at the company is going to be like. Like, dude, we're already applying to hundreds of jobs a week where like 95% of them are just ghost jobs, so it's going nowhere anyways. And now they have the audacity to ask us to also do 90 minutes of free labor for them before they even consider us for the role. I'm a Gen Z who mostly does freelance work now, and it's because I literally gave up on the job application process years ago. Because applying for jobs themselves has become a full-time job, and I got burnout from it. Like, if it's not a ghost job where you're just never going to hear from them because the job wasn't real to begin with, it's jobs like this that ask you to do like a weird amount of work to then also ghost you. First of all, I think all of Gen Z can agree that cover letters, that's a good one. No, you know why I'm applying for this job. You can look at my resume and see my history. I'm not also writing you an essay for why I want this job that you're never going to respond to anyways.
Listen, applications should never take 90 minutes, especially on Indeed. You hit apply, it should take a couple seconds. Now they want you to do 1,001 tasks for the free ball. What happened to the world?
I did a few of those back in my day before realizing how much of a waste of time that was. But can we just talk about some of the things that job applications ask you to do are a little bit insane. Like, as someone who works in design, so like UX, graphic, and things like that, when I would apply to those jobs, a common one I would see would be they would ask you to do a specific like design challenge or like go and critique their website and tell them what they can do better. And to that I say, that's like literally the job I'm applying for. So no, I'm not going to do the job before you've paid me.
Yeah, it sounds like they finessing. They talking about, can you critique our website and tell us what we need to work on? So instead of paying a website developer, we need people to do this for the free on the low. And we're not going to hire them. We're just going to have them do free work so that we can get our website up to par. We can get more business coming in. But we really don't need nobody on the team. Why would we pay somebody? Pay? That don't make no sense. We ain't got to pay nobody. We had them do this for free. Part of the application.
I'm not going to design new logos for you for free. Like, that's why we build entire portfolios to submit to you. You can see if you like our work and you want to work with us. And I've seen a couple of job applications like this where they ask you to do a test that'll take like 15 to 20 to sometimes even 30 minutes. And I think it's a really good like red flag indicator for how much that company is going to expect from you for little to no pay. Essentially, it's a great red flag indicator for the company's personal boundaries on their employees. A number of times I've even gotten to the point where like I've been emailing back and forth with HR and they keep sending over questions and you answer them, they send them back and they keep sending you more. And I just get to the point where I just respond back, hey, these are all like really, really good questions for you to ask on our first interview. So just let me know when you want to set that up. And of course, you never hear back from them again, but it's just, this is a ridiculous amount of effort for a job where I don't even know if I have an interview yet. And don't even get me started on jobs that do more than like 2 or 3 rounds of interviewing, because like, how many does it take? At a certain point, I don't want to work here anymore. Like, that's just too much for me. No one should be having more than 2 or 3 rounds of interviews unless you're like a very higher up position at the company, but definitely not an entry level. The wildest thing I ever agreed to, because it just seemed reasonable, was like, we're like, yeah, just come in and do like a test day in the office. You've essentially got the job, but we're just going to make sure that you're not like a complete crazy person. And to that, I was like, no, that's totally valid. I'll sign all the paperwork after that day. So yeah, if your company's not getting a lot of viable applicants, maybe look at your hiring process and assess that, because I promise you, like, everyone I know, myself included sometimes, are actively applying.
Now imagine if Say 100 applicants apply. We have one person come in per week and do some free work. We never have to hire nobody else. Like I said, employers, congratulations. Y'all figured it out. Y'all figured out a loophole to finesse everybody. Congratulations. You could do that in 2024. Maybe not in the past, but now you can.
Job seekers are suffering right now because so many companies are just playing games with people. It's disgusting. I hate it. I worked as a recruiter for a big time paper manufacturer, which I won't name names, but we literally posted jobs that we did not really have. There you guys have it. A recruiter from a company, a big company probably, letting you know this. It's true. It's so true. I've seen my friends who are in the business space on TikTok and Instagram talk about this. It's real. There are thousands and thousands of jobs posted that they're not even hiring for. They're wasting people's precious time, their money, their energy, their resources, and it's just disgusting. I hate it. I hate it so much. I really do. I feel like there really should be laws about this, because it seems like all the narcissistic, like really toxic bosses are just having fun with this, playing games with people, playing favorites, doing all these little tests on people. It's just disturbing the hell out of me.
And there you have it. Straight from the horse's mouth. She's a representative. She said it. They're putting up jobs that don't really exist just to play with people and just to do tests on people. Who else is known to conduct tests on people? Let's just think about that. The sneaky, freaky who? So yes, that conspiracy is starting to sound real. All right. Let's give this AI-looking girl 39 seconds of our time.
Here's everything you need to know about ghost hiring. This is when employers post a job. I'm talking they post a job 6 to 12 months out, collect hundreds of resumes, never seem to fill the position. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Employers use this tactic to collect hundreds and thousands of resumes so that they can create a database that they can use to benchmark employees internally. This basically means that they collect hundreds and thousands of resumes to feed their internal AI systems. This is because employers want to evaluate their internal candidates against the external ones. It's just another sleazy way that employers gain competitive advantage. But that's why sometimes you see a job that's posted, never gets filled, and is reposted because they're collecting more and more resumes.
How do y'all feel about this one? Now, this is the thing about me. I don't believe everything that I see on TikTok. I know a lot of people post videos just for likes and clicks, but I'm also open to new ideas. I've just never heard of this, so I'm not sure if this is true or not. This is just a new concept that I've never heard of. I never heard nobody talking about this. So I don't know. I'm not going to say she's wrong or right. I'm just not sure. But it could be true. It could be true. What do you guys think?
Why are all of these places hiring, but won't fucking hire?
Well over 3,000 jobs. That is the lowball estimate of how many jobs in total I've applied to since I graduated college in the winter of 2021. Statistically, job openings on the market are at an all-time high. Why does it feel like it's absolutely impossible to get a job right now? Well, I'm about to tell you why. Because no, I never even managed to actually find a way into the industry in which I graduated from and wanted to join. In fact, it's so hard for Gen Z and millennials to get a job nowadays that even when I did finally get a job, after 8-9 months of applying, I continued to apply to jobs. Because I knew that's literally how hard it is to get a job. That if something happened at that job, it could be another 2 or 3 years before I found another one. In fact, I got laid off this week from one of my 3 current jobs for budgeting reasons, and I haven't even bothered to start the applying process again because it just feels so pointless. And people like this who are selling coaching services might try and convince you that your approach is the issue. Unfortunately, it usually has nothing to do with you, which makes you feel even more helpless. When I finally managed to find jobs that were actually doing interviews, I would make it to the end round of candidates for those interviews. But the issue is right in front of you. To the end round of candidates for those interviews. But the issue is right in front of you. When you open up your LinkedIn and you look at all your job applications, what do you see right away? Only one of them says that it was even viewed. And most of them just all go completely unviewed and untouched. And that's because most of these jobs aren't actually real. And I can confirm this now as someone who worked within a company and whose friend worked within a very large company we'll call saline forces. One day I noticed they had hundreds and hundreds of jobs listed on LinkedIn, and I was like, oh, I should apply and come work with you. It would be fun. And he said, none of those jobs are probably real. We just keep posting the same jobs over and over again, and most of them aren't even real, so that it looks like we're constantly growing and doing well to people on the outside. And most companies do this. Even one of the companies I worked for did this. We would always have a couple jobs posted for our department just in case like the perfect Goldilocks person came along to fit it. But for the most part, it wasn't really a real job. They're referred to as ghost jobs, but there's no way of knowing at first glance which ones are real and which ones are fake. So they all go into counting to these numbers. That allegedly the job market has 1.4 positions posted for every person looking. I don't know why we're not cracking down more on that.
So it seems nowadays it's hit or miss if you'll get hired. They want the perfect candidates, the ideal applicant. She applied for over 3,000 jobs since getting out of college. Who's keeping track at this point? That's way too many. And this video is from this year.
Companies are full on admitting now to posting fake ghost jobs to gather resumes. What? Experts say this is why job hunting is now a nightmare. No fucking shit. On top of that, the BS inside of these fake ghost jobs is unbelievable. Like these assessments, personality assessments, assignments, video fucking submissions. They send emails, multiple round of interviews just for it to be a fake ass job just so they could gather data and resumes and whatever else. How is any of this legal? Genuinely, how is any of that legal? On top of that, the amount of jobs nowadays that have AI integrated fully inside of the hiring process is unbelievable and how bullshit it is. Nowadays, companies are starting to have you be interviewed by an AI and having you submit information that an AI is going to read. Companies are just using random ass AIs they found by Googling or some shit or going on LinkedIn or Yahoo that are reading the personal information of so many applicants. These AI are not fucking approved by anybody, not tested. Genuinely, this is why it's a fucking nightmare. Not just because they're ghost fake jobs, but the shit inside of them is absolutely unbelievable.
So it seems employers are admitting to posting fake jobs, and TikTok has secret intel into the behind-the-scenes AI systems that companies are using to build up a database of candidates. I don't know. But this is what they're saying, so, hey. Might be some truth to it. Who knows? All I want you to do is drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of these different topics that were discussed throughout this video. Any point that stood out to you, I want you to comment on. And if you made it to the end of this video and you haven't smashed subscribe yet, you know you want to do it. You want to see more of these videos. With that being said, man, I appreciate you watching this YT Wake 'em Up. And I'm out.